To start this course, we're going to first give you some exposure to the language Kotlin. Kotlin is a cross-platform language, relatively modern, that can be used for a lot of different things. It's very much a utility language, one that can be used in many scenarios. The main place to get information on Kotlin language is the website kotlinlang.org. And here you can see right off the bat where they talk about, what is Kotlin good for. And it's used for a lot of things. It's cross-platform, as it calls out here on their site. You will see some Kotlin on server side. So for example, if you were building some web APIs, you could write it all in Kotlin. If you want to build the front end, web front ends, you can also use Kotlin. But the main place that you see Kotlin today, and where we will be using it, is to create Android applications. Historically, Android was all done in Java. And it was that way for many years. And then as things continued to change, there was a desire to get a more modern language than Java. Now, this is not to say there's anything wrong with Java. Java continues to evolve, but it's been around a very long time. And, sometimes people just want to change. Kotlin is a language that is very modern, and we're going to see some of these features, and a lot of the more what I would call modern features are things you may not be familiar with when we talk about the way variables are declared and the way they're used. And what this does, and a lot of what Kotlin is about, is one, making things concise so that it doesn't get wordy, but also making it so that it's safe. A lot of the features and a lot of things Kotlin forces you to do results in better software. And we'll talk about those as I go through the language. In this course, to create Android applications, we're going to use some free software from Google called Android Studio. However, that's not a good tool to get introduced to Kotlin in. And the reason being, to write any code at all, you have to create a new Android project, create a new Android app, and then write code as part of that Android app. And that means that you would have to, there's just a bunch of things you'd have to learn, a bunch of basic things you have to learn. So rather than kind of jump in and cover a little bit of Android, then go back to Kotlin, then back to Android, back to Kotlin, etc., instead what we're going to do is go through a very quick overview of Kotlin. And I'm going to cover kind of all the highlights. That said, it is a large, complex language, and there's a lot of different ways of doing things. So if you want more than just what I'm going to cover, there's a lot of information that's free. If you go to kotlinlang.org, you can go to Learn, and everything you need to know about Kotlin is here, well documented with examples. Bookmark this or remember it. You will need to look stuff up. Once we move out of the initial few lectures and you start getting homework assignments, you're going to write a lot of Kotlin code in this course. You will need to look things up all the time. I will cover all the basics, but my goal here is not to teach you everything there is to know about Kotlin. It's to give you enough of a basis so that you're able to continue learning on your own. The way I'm going to demonstrate Kotlin for the most part is I'm actually just going to do it online. So if you go to play.kotlin.org or kotlinlang.org, you get a little editor right in the browser. Super convenient. So without writing any code, you can see right up here, fun main, print line, hello world. You can probably guess what this does. But I can go over here, hit run, and we'll see it pops out here. So this gives us a way of creating very short, simple applications that spit things out on the command line. If you just think Kotlin is the greatest thing on earth and you want to keep exploring and do things a little bit more complicated, you can go out and get more advanced IDEs. So there is, if we go back to Kotlin Lang and scroll down here a little bit on the page, where did it go? Find it? Oh, here it is. So if you got and download IntelliJ, it also supports Kotlin. And if you have other courses where you have to write Java code, this would be one of the better ones out there. You may be familiar with Eclipse, where you can do Java. IntelliJ is similar to Eclipse. I prefer IntelliJ. Again, nothing wrong with Eclipse. I think it's a very nice IDE. Also, Android Studio is based on IntelliJ. So again, no reason, you won't need to download this for this course. just letting you know that it's out there, and if you wanted to do more with Kotlin, you could do that. Once we get through the introduction to the Kotlin language, that's when we'll install Android Studio and start creating Android applications. So we'll stop this video there, and the next video we'll start on the Kotlin language.